This is the VO Life. Positive conversations about living the voiceover life. Insight into the business and day-to-day grind of being a regular Joe VO. From the humble beginnings to the finally hitting a new level to getting that first big client. It's all about that VO life. Here's your host, Troy Holden.
Hey, welcome back. You are landed right here at the VO Life. I'm Troy Holden, the blue-collar voice of choice. Supposedly, should be, I'm trying to be. That is the marketing angle. I want to welcome you to what will be the first while we're here in July and going through July and August. This will be the first of a few, what I'm going to call them summer shorts. This is episode 69. Wow. Still am blown away that we're this far along and still coming up with things to talk about. Today's short, though, is going to be about what if you could go back and knowing what you know now and everything you've went through and learned and understood and done, would you do it the same way, or would you totally change how you've done this? Well, this may be shocking news to some of you. I would 100% totally change my approach getting into voiceover. Why? Why would you change it? I mean, you've done okay. You're in there full time. You're in there fighting the battles. Yes, I am as unprepared some days as I feel like I am. I'm here and there's no choice. But let me quickly go through what I did. And most of you know this story. I had some crappy equipment at home. I really didn't even have anything set up. I didn't know you had to have something set up. I was practicing and reading and recording. Then I stumbled upon Bill DeWeese. I learned about Fiverr. I learned about Upwork. I got on Upwork. I started getting work. I built a PVC booth. I bought a little bit better stuff. It still sounded terrible. And my thing was, well, I've got a pretty decent voice. People are going to buy this. That's not what they buy. They don't buy your voice. They buy your read and your interpretation. Lesson number one. And so I plodded forward. And yeah, fortunately, I did okay. But a lot of people have done a lot better. And to those that have done better faster, it's probably because they did it a little bit differently or they had some other training or something tied into this. So what would you do different? It's pretty simple. And this is because of what I know now, not because of what I didn't know then. This is, if I had known all these things, here's how I would have set out on that path. First, I would have gone to workshops and maybe even just as an observer and watched and learned and saw what they were doing. And after I saw that, I'm sure I would have wanted to go further because I love doing this and I've always wanted to do this. The passion would have pushed me to the next step. And that probably would have been paying to be in some workshops, then paying to get some individual coaching. I would have done that first. Then I would have started working on my space and getting some startup equipment, not the best, but not saw a debate about this morning. Not cheap, but formidable for what I could afford that would give me a decent sound based on the space I was in. And then I would have continued to learn and coach. If I had it to do over again, would I go through the frustrations of being on some of these sites I'm on? Absolutely not. I would not. I'm as frustrated today as I was then. I was thrilled as work came in and it was exciting, but I didn't know any better than that was really not the way to do it. It was mind-boggling, hard, difficult, and you're getting paid peanuts. And people say, well, I got to get started somehow. I got to do something to practice and this, that, and the other. And believe me, this is just an opinion based on what I know now. I've already done it that way. So I'm there and a lot of you are too. And that's okay. I'm not putting down anyone for doing the things I did and the things that you're driven to do by other pages and sites and other people. I'm just saying now, had I done it known what I know, I would have not done it that way. I probably would have gotten the coaching, the training, the coaching, the training. And then when that coach said, "You're ready," I would have went to voices.com or Voices123 and started auditioning. And I probably would have had a long dry spell. I don't know. The thing was, as money came in every month, I wanted to get more because I could reinvest in the coaching then, and that's what I did. And that's when I began to get better and get better jobs and get paid more and work less. And that's the key. That's what you want to do. You don't want to labor away for peanuts reading 1,500 word scripts for $5 or $10 or $15. You don't want to do that. Is it a good way to learn and practice? Yeah, but I advise you to do it under a different name. But my opinion has changed, I guess, quite a bit over the last year, and it may change more in another year. And again, I'm not discouraging people. Don't get on Fiverr. Don't go on Upwork. Don't go to wherever, Bodalgo, wherever. That's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is say, I personally, myself, would have taken a different road. So kind of what that comes down to is I would have observed in workshops, went to workshops, gotten coaching, and built a relationship with a coach, the right coach. And I did that later on. And I'll give J.J. Wilson and Linda Bruno full credit for that. They then encouraged me when they heard in the coaching and through the workshops, when they thought, you really should get after it. And they did. They kicked me out of the nest, more or less. Still help me till today, and I still go to their workshops now and then. And I appreciate that so much. And yes, I have done other coaching, and I'm working with other people now, to further some niches that I want to get into. But having a good relationship with a coach and them being honest and forthright with you and then telling you when they're ready, and they're just not in it to take your money. It's not a coaching meal. It's not a demo meal. It's someone genuinely interested in helping you. That is value, folks. It's value. And it may not be them for you. It could be someone else. There are a lot of people that I've not even heard of. I was given a name the other day. I think it was Stanley Fitcher, if I remember correctly. And I wanted to look into it because I got told how invested he is in the people he works with. That means the world to me. I want somebody to tell me if I'm not capable, and if I am doing well, tell me you're ready to really get out there and get it done. So that would probably be the big difference for me. I would have skipped the stress of dealing with those $5 buyers during the time that I have. I don't have to do that anymore. I'm blessed that I don't. I choose not to. I price myself to where I don't get much. Unfortunately, in one way, it's a kill to income, but I'm priced to where I don't get that much business there anymore. So, and then when I look at Upwork, well, I'm bidding that. I send a proposal. This is what I'll do it for. I don't send it unless I want to do it. So that's kind of a different story. Now, if I were to go back and have somebody that said, look, I just really want to do some stuff, then I would tell you get on Upwork first, because you can pick and choose and manage your time better. Fiverr, everything's on a timer. You got to have it done in so many days. If you're over a 2-day delivery, you're not going to get much anyway. Sometimes you got to be on a 1 day and you're doing 100 words for $5 and you're giving away everything. It's not that you're getting the kind of work that's going to go on radio or TV or somewhere prominent. It's probably going on YouTube or on somebody's web thing. And it's not that big a deal maybe, but and I realize with digital creation and in today's world, there are dump truck loads of work that are going to be done cheap. And some of it does, and some of it doesn't affect what should be happening and what rates are. The reason I say some doesn't is because nobody else wants to do it, and it's always going to be that kind of work. But there's always the clients who say, that guy's pretty good. Maybe he'll do this. And I think it's more production houses or middlemen. I find that more than anything else, that they will hire that cheaper VO, but I'll bet you they're charging on the other side a lot more than you're getting. Trust me, I really believe that. I've seen it. So be careful with it. It's, and it's all up to you. But at least with Upwork, you can choose what you're bidding on, how much you're bidding, and try to be competitive. And if you say, look, I want to get a couple of YouTube channels for practice, I do not regret. Unfortunately, I'm probably close to 2,000 narrations on YouTube. I wouldn't doubt it. But the ones I do now are paid well, except for one, and it's because he's been with me forever, and I've just never washed my hands of it. And they're pretty good, easy to read scripts. But on the other hand, you can read aloud for 30 minutes a day, and you can find things to read. Pick up magazine articles. They're well written. That way you're not stumbling and bumbling with what kind of English is that. Practice, practice, practice. Read it into your DAW, into a tape recorder, whatever. Listen back to it. Your phone. Phones have pretty decent recorders on them. Just get somewhere where it's halfway quiet, read it, play it back, and listen to yourself. Am I in a crazy cadence? Am I going da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, or, what am I doing? Then get your coaching. Then get, workshops, coaching. I'll say it 1,000,000 times. Go do that stuff. If you want to private message me about who that I've used, I'm happy to tell you. If you want to private message me and say, I'm thinking about doing this, what's your opinion? I'll give you that opinion. I am not pro or against anybody. I'm like everybody else. I don't want anybody out there ripping you off. But be careful. Look at it with a coach as being in a relationship with them, and you're in this together, and they're trying to help you, and they will also tell you if you're not cutting the mustard. That's important. All right? Very important. So that's our first summer short. Not as short as I meant for it to be, but under 15 minutes, and that was the goal. I hope everybody's having a wonderful summer. We've got through the 4th. It's already the middle of July, and we've turned the corner. Next thing you know, it's going to be fall. Next thing you know, it's going to be Christmas. I'm telling you, for us old people, life goes way too fast. All right, jump in, get her done, work hard, practice, practice, practice. I am not the authority on any of this. There are a lot of people out there that can help you and will help you. I do not coach. I do not do any of that. Yes, I'll help people with demos, but that's also to help teach them technically how they could do it. If they would like to do it on their own, I will work with you to do that, to teach you how to mix your sound and get your effects. It's not rocket science, but a lot of people don't have the ear for it. So if you don't and you need help with that, reach out to me. That is one thing that I love to do to help newer people, is try to get them a decent demo if they're ready to get out there and get the work. And if you're not, and I don't hear it in your sound quality and I don't hear it in your reads, I'll probably tell you you're not ready. I want you to save your money and invest it in coaching versus a demo. And that's the right way. All right. Everybody stay cool. Keep the air conditioner cranked. We're enjoying a steamy Tennessee summer here, as we always do. But again, as always, thanks for jumping on and listening in, and we'll catch you next time right here on the VO Life.
This was the VO Life. It's over. For now. Yay! Oh, aren't you all so glad?
This has been the VO Life with Troy Holden. If you'd like to consult with Troy one-on-one, visit his website and schedule time at troyholdenvoices.com. Join the VO Live Facebook page and interact with other new voice talent. Join the VO workouts or the midweek meetup on the VO Live page events. And be sure and leave a review on Apple and let us know what you'd like us to cover on the podcast. You can also get all of the episodes on Troy's YouTube page. Just search for Troy Holden Voices. That boy is everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn. Next thing you know, he'll have a streaming TV show. God forbid. And I will.